On the bottom of the deck, we're showing the Queen of Water. Now, Queen of Water could be a Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces person. Could be female, although there are males that might fit in similar with some of that energy that we find with the Queen of Water. In a situation, we see the keynotes here: relationships develop to a new level, trust your intuition, and care for yourself and others. The Queen of Water is kind of the ideal wife or mother. Take it as it resonates. So whatever you're going through right now, this could represent you. Maybe you're a person who's in love. Maybe you are having mother issues right now with your own mother or with your own children, right? The queen is somebody who's a master. So she's kind of the master of her emotions. She knows what they are. She understands her emotions and she can manage them successfully. Now, it is possible in a reversal that the Queen of Water in reverse might be somebody who's either disconnected from their emotions or having a problem self-regulating when it comes to their emotions. Again, take this as it resonates. This deck does not describe any reversals, so I have been putting everything in the upright. But of course, there's always a shadow side with any upright position as well. They're all kind of embodied in the card. It's just, and being a person or a possible person in this reading, I will set this aside again and see if we can wind back. Sometimes as I go through the rest of the cards, the role of the queen or the role of whatever the bottom is will kind of play out and make more sense. Excuse me. So Three of Earth is what's going on in your situation right now. This is about creativity. This is about work. This is about working with others for a common purpose. This could be you and two other people potentially in the job that are working towards a common goal. Communication at work, collaboration with your boss or with the people that you supervise, whatever your role is in your company, right? Three of Earth is really grounded and stable energy. Financially speaking, Earth elemental. If at home you're cooperating and working together as a team, possibly chore charts or division of labor and success about that and kind of working harmoniously towards a purpose. But Three of Earth does typically tend to relate to business issues, work and business. Now, crossing you, we have the Ten of Air. The good news is the 10 is the end of the difficult situation, right? Expect things are going to get better now. This can also be about recovery from an addiction. Air is intellectual energy, but it can be kind of, if you think about anxiety, depression, anything mental that's going on. Worries, for example, would fall into the category of air, although certainly they can be emotional as well and fall into water areas, water signs. But 10 of Air, again, this is about the end of some difficult type situation. Difficult situation coming to an end. So that's really positive. Whatever that situation was for you can vary. Again, that could be business. It could be relationship issue. It could be whatever. Because we're looking at what seems to be solid energy in your workplace. So whatever this is, this may be some other kind of area of your life. Maybe you're having difficulty with a parent or your child. Maybe you're having difficulty coming to the end of difficulty with your romantic situation. However, beneath you, and this is something that you have, something your feet are planted in, we see Two of Water, which is kind of a soulmate relationship here. This could be, though, it does recognize here, relationship continues to grow closer, forgiveness and positive resolution of a conflict. Two of Water, Two of Cups in other decks is a soulmate relationship. Joy, spiritual happiness and contentment, right? So this is beneath you. So having positive work, having positive, what looks like your partnership with somebody. So what the 10 of Air is about and the releasing of the 10 of Air, only you know that for sure. Because again, general reading, there's a lot of different people and a lot of specific situations within that. Now, what's on your mind, kind of what you're thinking about, is the Four of Earth. And the Four of Earth is somebody who's either cautious with her money or she's spending too much of her money, maybe out of balance with her coin purse, so to speak. But it could also be that you're giving too much of yourself to other people who don't appreciate it, or you're being too stingy with yourself. Not giving enough of your time. Maybe you're being too guarded or distrustful in your relationship. Or maybe you're afraid that somebody else is being that way with you. Maybe if you are in a relatively new love relationship with a soulmate person, maybe it's that you're afraid that you're spending too much as you go out on dates. Maybe you feel that your partner is withholding of him or herself. Then again, maybe not. This could relate to actual coins, or it could relate to, excuse me, your time and your person, right? Behind you in the recent past, we see the balance card. This is temperance in other decks. This is about balance and moderation, cooperation, compromise, and waiting for perfect timing, right? So we see this. Let me go like that. Because the way this reads, it reads from right to left. So you've got your balance and the need and the call for balance. And then we also see the end of this difficult situation. So if you're still going through your difficult situation, be careful that you're taking time to balance yourself very carefully. Balance yourself carefully, right? Find self-time, downtime, alone time, as well as time with others. Be careful that you're not allowing other people to leech your energy from you. We have energy vampires out there. There's a ton of them out there. It's beyond a ton. A ton is 2,000 pounds. It's how many billions of people on the planet, and tons, I mean, really, let's just say a large percentage of the population of the globe is energy vampires. If not 100% of the time, then at least occasionally. Sweetest baby in the world can seem like an emotional vampire or a leech if you're really, really struggling to maintain, because you've got a lot of stress and a lot of pressure going on. And that's nothing against the hypothetical baby, right? It is what it is. Sometimes we do need to delegate and make sure that we have time for self-care. If it is the case that, you're responsible for other people and other situations and so on like that, is it possible to delegate some of the responsibilities to other people, or to ask loved ones, family and friends to help you? If you are struggling to find time for date night, is it the case that you can arrange for a childcare situation through a parent, grandparent, or a loving friend that you trust to watch your child one night a month so that you can go out on a date? Or, is it the case that you're not having enough alone time? Maybe you need walks in the woods. It can be hard in the winter time, but if you're in the desert or Hawaii or some stuff like that, maybe it's the perfect time of year for that. So there's all these things to consider. This sense of balance that you accomplish for yourself is going to help you through this right here. In fact, this is most likely an essential component of achieving the completion of your 10 of air energy. But we do see good stuff ahead. That's what I want to tell you. There's not a stinking card in this whole deck. The 10 of air, I'd like not to see it. But the good news is, again, it's the end of all of that. It's the end of all of that. Now, circling back a little bit with this 2 of water, I wonder if the Queen of Water could be your partner, your soulmate. This person that's helping you. Companionship. Positive resolution of a conflict. Again, the Queen of Water might not be your mate. It could be even your mom or somebody helping to watch your child so that you can have some a bath that's uninterrupted for a whole hour. Whatever that is for you, right? These are not silly or trifling. These are the things we have to do, because if we don't fill up our own cup of self, if we can't get to that place where we feel rejuvenated, we feel depleted, then we snap at somebody without meaning to do it. Then we cry for seemingly no reason. That's when stress really becomes ulcers in our stomach. We have to be able to do these self-care activities. And this is in your future, the King of Earth, Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn. So this could be yourself even, being the manager of a company. This could be your supervisor, possibly. You're getting along, you're working hard at work. Maybe this is a promotion for some of you. I do question that, because our next card that we have coming in, here's the Knight of Fire. And the Knight of Fire represents you. This is somebody who's passionate and putting it into action. This is fast-moving energy, this Knight of Fire. You may be shining at work and your boss is starting to like your performance at work. For some of you, the king of earth could be that two of water partnership. Maybe you're the queen of water and your partner's the king of earth. And this would be passion that you're feeling in your life, in your relationship, at your job. Again, take it as it resonates. What does that mean for you to feel this kind of passion? And this must be the month for it, because this is probably the third time I've seen this card, and this is what my sixth reading so far for the Decembers. Eight of Fire. Things are moving very quickly in your environment. Delays are done. Many things happening at once. This is a lot of communication coming in. This could possibly be travel for a business, maybe going on a vacation, something like that. But a lot of energy, a lot of things. You know, we get so busy around this time of year, the holidays and everything. Lots of communication. But this is also passionate energy too. So this could be some zhuzh. For some of you, you're having this passionate energy that's coming into your life. You're the Knight of Fire. In your environment, you're coming on, whatever the word is. You're bringing the passion and the communication into this two of water relationship. So for some of you, you're having a happy, I want to say sex life, but it's not just about the sex. It's about the connection, right? With the person, the emotional life, the emotional satisfaction with that. At the same time, your job energy seems to be balancing out well. And for some of you, it might be one or the other. For some of you, it's going to be a blend of those energies. Because you really do have a good balance in here. You've got several earth signs. You've got a couple fire signs. You've got some major arcana cards, which represent the growth. You've got two of these water signs in here. So you've really got a good display of the different elementals here. That represents really any sign of the zodiac. So again, take it as it resonates. Now, what you're hoping for in this situation here is justice, divine justice. You're fearing that. You're fearing an outcome of something. Maybe this has to do with what's going on with this Ten of Air. Maybe you've been having a legal issue with someone and it's been straining you. The Four of Earth can be taken as imbalance, right? Being too frivolous or too generous. If you're suing someone for child support, or if you've got a court date coming up because you got a speeding ticket, or maybe something else happened, whatever, a holiday DUI, whatever, anything can happen, any of that kind of issue that comes up, some justice or pending legal decision in something, whatever that is for you, it's coming to a conclusion. Now, this is your hope and fear. You're hoping for justice, but you're fearing that the justice will rule against you. Your final outcome card here is the Star card. Oh, that's not even on camera practically. The Star card. The Star card is Aquarius, potentially. But it also has to do with divine guidance, making positive, optimistic, and long-term plans, happy times, and on the right path. This is really a card of hope. This is a card about manifestation. Manifestation, in part, it could be a soulmate relationship, which we already know is underway. It started. If it hasn't started for you, it's inevitable at this point. The Star card is about wishing upon a star and having it being fulfilled through divine channels. The Balance card is another card where we see divine intervention. This is when they're working behind the scenes to make it happen for you, because there's so many cogs in this wheel, and every little tiny detail has to be carried out before you can see the end result that you've been praying for. And somebody's been praying for or sending out energy, sending out that I'm going to make this happen through my positivity or my powerful thinking. Concentrate less on the things that are worrisome to you and put that mental energy into trust and faith. These cards show up for a reason. They're not just sticking out there. They really do. They come about to inform you that you are being guided. Note that in these cards, Two of Cups with the water changing between them. Two cups, and you're pouring out, releasing this energy. And Two of Water soulmate energy right here. This is happening. This is on the way. What they've been orchestrating behind the scenes is happening for you. You don't need to worry, because worrying is not your job. Worrying about this thing that you have been praying for is not your job. The angels are working behind the scenes to make sure that this outcome is going to be right. It's going to be just. Divine justice. You may have a fee, you may have a fine, you may have some kind of thing that you have to do in here. You may have some little dance that you've got to do to make your case. Whatever, that will happen too. That's right. But know that the end result will not be overly harsh. It will not be overly bad. It will be a good decision, a favorable decision. Even if there's a consequence, it will be lighter than you expected. But trust in this process, because all of this is underway and there's nothing you can do. Your worries will not manifest it faster or more fair or anything. There's a saying in recovery, let go and let God. Maybe you don't believe in God, that's okay. That's okay. But understand that whatever's in the making, it's already underway and there's nothing you can do about it. So you can peacefully wait or you can wring your hands and wait, but the end of your worries are nigh. N-I-G-H. I don't know why I use that word. That's so weird. But anyhow, very quaint and old-fashioned, right? Speaking of old fashions, just kidding. All right. Now I'm going to, an old fashioned's I guess an alcoholic beverage. I've never had one. But anyway, let me shuffle these. I'm working today as well with the Healing with the Angels Oracle cards, also by Doreen Virtue. Pay attention to your dreams right now. Keep a dream journal. You are receiving important messages during your dreams. Sometimes you may wake up feeling that you've traveled or received instruction during your sleep. You wonder, why can't I remember my dreams? The messages and experiences of your dreams are never truly lost or forgotten. They are instead incorporated into your unconscious so that your higher self's wisdom and love govern your actions. You can more easily remember your dreams by writing whatever you recall immediately upon awakening. Just write any little bit you can remember, and the rest of the dream will unravel in your memory. Review your dream journal often and look for patterns and themes. These recurrent dream issues signify messages that your higher self and the angels are trying to tell you. Awesome. One thing I did to start my own dream journal was I began setting the intention before I went to sleep at night that I would remember my dreams upon awakening. And it really was a simple statement like that I would repeat like 3 times aloud. I will remember my dreams when I wake up. I will remember my dreams when I wake up. Do you know I remember my dreams very, very often when I wake up, and in great detail to a degree. Now, sometimes medications and the like can affect your ability to remember dreams upon awakening. So there's that as a factor. But then again, even so, if you are taking any medication or anything that might hinder that, you still may be able to improve how often you remember your dreams by repeating that simple statement. So give it a shot and see what happens. And another thing is just practicing meditation. Guided meditations are helpful if you're not good at just calming your mind and being still in that. They give you something to point your attention at when you are meditating. And keep your meditation short if you become frustrated. There's no reason for you to try for even more than 5 minutes if you're somebody who has racing thoughts and you're chasing your mind pattern. Don't make yourself nuts with it. It's just, it is what it is. Give yourself a good 5 minutes just to do some deep breathing. At least you'll still be feeling more relaxed than you were before you started. So it's worth a shot.